In today's video, we go over Truth Social Donald Trump's post around the Trump effect, which is believed to be making crypto more favorable in the US. Charles Schwab creates head of digital assets role to offer crypto services. Bitwise XRP ETF gains SEC recognition. Patrick Bet David calls out Gary Cardone over a XRP and Bitcoin poll. Binance to come back to the United States has been announced. We also go over a post here from C3 Nick. We also go over the price of Bitcoin along with other crypto assets. You definitely want to stick around for today's video. So once again, this is not financial advice. My name is SB and let's jump into it. So looking into the article that Trump posted, Trump effect amid bump in the US deals. And looking further down here, we can see 2025 is here and the Trump bull market is real. CEO Brad Garlinghouse of Ripple. For Ripple, this is even more personal after Gensler's SEC effectively froze our business opportunities here at home for years. The optimism is obvious and very deserved. We signed more US deals in the last 6 weeks of 2024 since the election than the previous 6 months. Say what you want, but the Trump effect is already making crypto great again through his campaign and in the administration day one priorities, he added. Just showing not only is the momentum growing for Ripple, but we can also see that momentum growing with this current administration from the president himself with that essential post from his Truth Social account highlighting things that may potentially be to come. So Charles Schwab is reportedly creating a new executive position as the financial service giant expands its tentacles into the crypto assets investments. We can see here they say, we will get into spot crypto when regulatory environment changes, and we do anticipate that it will change, and we're getting ready for that eventuality. We're doing really well in crypto. We have a lot of ways to meet our clients' needs through ETFs. Crypto ETFs have really grown on our platform. You can buy futures, you can invest in a variety of closed-end funds and different products that will meet clients' needs. We have a crypto site that we attract clients to, and in fact, in the fourth quarter, we had a 400% increase in the number of visitors to our crypto site. 70% of those visitors were prospects. So the market is currently, as you can see, being fully adopted not only by institutions but by new folks that have been maybe on the sidelines for a while that are now potentially, as crypto officially comes more and more mainstream, to the everyday investor. Bitwise XRP ETF gains SEC recognition as a commodity-based trust. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has officially acknowledged Bitwise proposed XRP exchange-traded fund as a commodity-based trust share, marking a significant development in the ongoing regulatory landscape for crypto. The recognition signals progress in the SEC's review process, although it does not necessarily indicate imminent approval. Again, we have that approval window since current present day all the way until October. So Patrick Bet David, if you're not familiar, has a podcast. He is a very popular investor out of Miami or South Florida. So what does this poll say about Gary Cardone? You said yesterday, this is what happens when polls are run by people who don't understand the subject matter. The question is wrong without measurement. Dumb polls equal dumb answers. Does it apply to this poll? So Gary Cardone got called out for his poll from yesterday, in where he shares, you are 50 years old, worth $10 million and going into suspended hibernation for 8 years to 2033, escaping complete world chaos and a virus. You are required to make 100% investment in one of the following and have 1 hour to make a decision. XRP clearly being the winner here. So Gary Cardone, as we know, Bitcoin maximalist. I think he did share that he has a very small portion in his portfolio of XRP. Something we see a lot in this market, if you're new to the market, is just people picking sides. Maximalists is what they like to call them. Bitcoin maxis, XRP maxis, Ethereum maxis. You know, these are people that either all or a majority of their holdings in one asset. Now, all to their own, but as we know, that is always not suggested. It's good to stay diversified in this market, as well as other markets. If you participate in investing, it's just the right approach to investing, as any financial advisor would advise. But again, I am not a financial advisor, and I'm certainly not investing with your money. So that is a decision that either you or your financial advisor can make. But things to just highlight, you know, we see a lot of this on social media. And I don't know if it's great for the space or not, but it just highlights just some of the things that you see. And again, it's important to not be swayed by some of the things you see on social media, even this channel. It's good to just make these decisions on your own based off of your own research. And we'll get into that in a moment here. So my last thing I want to highlight here before we get into the main topic here is Binance announces that they're coming soon back to the United States, potentially have an announcement today. So we'll see what this is all about, but definitely, again, things picking up here in the United States. C3 Nick's posts here. So I'll start from the top. I've seen this movie numerous times, given that I've witnessed 2 full market cycles. Stay calm and don't expect too much too quickly. Avoid leverage. This is a time in which you can focus on 3 key aspects. Cut costs by reviewing spending patterns and routines. Increase income. Every additional dollar you can earn/save in a bearish market is potentially worth many times more if invested wisely. And number 3, research. He goes on to say, one additional point is to invest in yourself and first and foremost, educational content. What you learn cannot be taken away from anyone. Get as much input as possible. This is a time to be more engaged, not less. This is a time in which you need to figure out what projects/narratives make sense to invest in. This is a time for deep dives and extensive research, some of the things you weren't able to do during the more bullish period when others are running away. Dig in. I think what this highlights essentially is, we're definitely at an interesting time when you see a lot of young folks getting into this market, new folks getting into the market. People that have maybe never seen or wanted to get involved into crypto are finally doing so because they're seeing so much news around it. But then you have things like meme coins that are 100% a distraction to the utility assets such as XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, for example. These are things that you would look into as potential utility assets that get developed on as the future evolves, as developers continue to develop on these blockchains and using technologies for brand new applications, the payment systems, things to come, things to be integrated, investments to be utilized through the development of these technologies. Now, that doesn't just mean development. There's also multiple use cases around graphics processing unit rendering. There's some assets that are used to help other assets become more powerful or have stronger use cases. But these are things that you would only know if you did the research. This market is not just about a price chart going up and down. There's definitely some utility and technology and even a lot of potential for the future for things to be developed on that have not yet been developed or created. And that's what makes this market so attractive. And the current administration saying things like bringing back crypto to America because they want to be the hub of this development where things are being created on blockchain in America to put America first. Now, again, that's the narrative from the administration. That doesn't necessarily mean other countries can't participate and lead their certain sectors and certain technologies or develop certain technologies. It's obviously a worldwide technology to be used for development. But these are things that you wouldn't know unless you did the research yourself, unless you spent the time to really invest in learning about these technologies and how they can all be used either together or independently to make a difference in this world. These are some of the use cases that research will show you. But again, with time, as we see this market evolve, as we see more participants join the market, this is where naturally the price of certain assets will increase. So you have certain things, certain narratives around Bitcoin, for example, being a store of value. You have the narrative around Ethereum being a development hub. You also have the development hub now picking up steam on the XRP ledger, but XRP specifically being around payments also shows it has not just one use case, but multiple use cases for development. So these are just 3 examples of just 3 of the biggest assets in this market, but that's not limited to other digital assets that bring certain capabilities and technologies to the marketplace. And you won't know these things without the research in place. So definitely encourage you to follow my good friend C3 Nick on x.com. If you haven't already, you can also follow me, xrapidcharts at x.com, to stay up to date with these videos. So let's take a quick look at the charts today, and we'll start off with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin still sitting more or less in a neutral state. If you were watching the charts yesterday, I'm going to go to the 12-hour chart. You can see overall things were kind of still going sideways, a bit down. Yesterday was a little bit of a sell-off that we saw. Overall, still back in that neutral zone. I would say still sitting in the middle zone here on the relative strength index, indicating things are more or less still fairly neutral. The market is picking up positive sentiment with all of this adoption and news coming around the market. The price of Bitcoin still really not moving too much. Looking at Ethereum, still holding on to that support zone that we've outlined here now for the past week, still remaining neutral as we can see here in the center. You know, if the price was to go back up, still looking to get above the 0.382, which is 2,880. And if we were to drop back down as low as $2,100 in any extreme sell-off event. Looking at XRP, we can see same thing, still looking fairly neutral, but for now, taking a small bounce off of $2.47 where we saw the price drop down from yesterday. Ultimately, it was not able to hold the 0.618 zone. Found a lot of resistance there, along with the rest of the market kind of selling off. But today so far, some news picking up around the market has helped with a small recovery for now, but still in a neutral range. XRP overall looking to hold $2.40 and trying to break above $2.80 to break out of this overall range that we've been in now for about a few weeks. Looking at Litecoin, as we highlighted yesterday, need to get above $2.28, where we can see very clearly it got above that level, found support on the next candle here and started to push up there, finding some resistance here at the $139 to $135 range, where we've seen the price of Litecoin really try to hold. Ultimately, I'd say Litecoin would look to, again, confirm that zone of 128 as a support and hopefully push from there. Otherwise, as we've seen, if we can't hold this support zone at the 236 here, we may look towards around the 200-day moving average, where we can clearly see that's a support range for Litecoin at the moment, around $110, $112, give or take, as being the zone. You can see here a bearish divergence signal on the RSI, which may indicate that the buying pressure may be easing as it enters into overbought territory, but really not showing that on the RSI. But the candles, however, which is really where you want to be looking at, so far indicating potential cooling on the price, but looking to find support anywhere really above $128 to hopefully find some more momentum for the upside. So that does it for today. Again, I would appreciate any likes and follows for the channel as the channel continues to grow. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers to the channel. And again, this is not financial advice, but I do appreciate you making it this far if you've made it to the ending. Thanks again for tuning into XRapid Charts, and I'll see you guys on the next video.